Ready to accept the finance statement. Second by Dave. Motion made by Carolyn, second by Dave. All those in favor so indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Right now, Mr. Parker. Judge Greishop is going to be here to participate with you in that, on this articles of incorporation. And we could get that out of the way. We can start that right now if you like. And,
Did you get copies? The council have copies of it?
they don't have copies of the articles of incorporation.
You have a copy?
I'm not,
I mean, you've looked at it. The one, I'm talking about the ones that Mr. Hatfield, faxed me, that Mayor Hatfield did, Tim Swinderman and Damon Talley.
We can make copies real quick if you want.
Did you get a copy of it?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need a copy for tonight,
I don't
or?
need a copy for tonight. Basically, I'm trusting the interpretation of Tim Schwinneman and others in that I'm here to talk from another position.
I have a copy, Parker, but I got mine on the computer, so.
We can make the other copies if anybody wants to view it.
It's kind of long.
It is kind of.
I assumed that they, when I got a copy, I assumed that they'd get a copy too, but.
We didn't pass it because it was kind of lengthy and things, but if they want one, we can go back and make it right now. I mean,
I have mine that I received on May 3rd. So, and
What's your interpretation?
well, what it does is incorporate by the mayors of Benham and Cumberland and Lynch to form a nonprofit, non-stock corporation that would be called the Tri-Cities Utilities Authority. And the purpose of it would be organized for specifically the purposes, the governmental purposes, and I would say initially would be water, would include the water for acquisition of property, management, financing, refinancing the water systems that would allow you to refinance those, wastewater systems, solid waste disposal, and other public projects. And it would allow them to act jointly. The corporation would jointly between these Benham, Cumberland, and Lynch. This is not a it's not entirely different from the other articles of incorporation for the Utilities Commission. It's similar, but there are differences in terms of specifically how it can be the principal office being in Cumberland. The board of directors initially would be Eddie Creech, Douglas Robinson, Carl Hatfield, Eugene Stagnolia, Carl Collins, Benny Massey. The incorporators would be Tom Dodd and Darlene Monholland, and I'm assuming Mayor Hatfield, even though that one was, for Cumberland, was blank. But the others were the mayors of those cities. It would the cities would authorize certain debts, and it's you know, it is what you looked at essentially last year.
So nothing has changed?
Well, other than what I mentioned about the board members, I think those are with Mayor Hatfield being an incorporator. And it has Mayor Hatfield on as a board member, and Eugene Stagnolia for Cumberland. Carl Collins would be a Massey for Lynch. So,
Well, on the board members will have to be changed because of the atmosphere and everything. Tim Swinderman and everyone advised us to change the board members. I think Mayor Dodd's already changed his, and we'll have to change ours because, I don't know if Lynch has or not, but I think we're gonna be required to change ours. If you vote, but you've got to vote to accept this articles of incorporation and to go with the Tri-City. And I'm suggesting we go ahead and vote to participate in the Tri-City utilities so that we can get the money started. Right now it's laying out at $1,883,000 that's available to the cities to start what they have to get done. That's a local internet connection between Cumberland, Benham, and Lynch. And then monies for us to upgrade our distribution system. And I think Benham is going to upgrade their water tank. And Lynch has got work to do on the sewage tank. But I think we've dealt with this, and that, like I said before, the grant's 10 years old, 2020 is when it came out.
February the 9th, 2001,
2001, okay.
under Sarah Augusta.
Okay.
It is a grant, not a Christmas present.
So I'd suggest that, have any questions on it now, and this article of incorporation also gives the cities an opportunity to dissolve this unity at any time they are not satisfied with it.
You have that something in writing?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Well, now, at the meeting the other day when Mr. Dodd and Joe Greishop and we were there, they said that the board was to say as it was, that now that's what they said, and they said that the mayors should appoint for their terms.
No, that's not what
this
they
says that to answer your question about the dissolution, that it may be dissolved at any time by the joint action of the cities, acting and through their council, their legislative body, their council, provided that at the time of the dissolution, there's no, that you can't leave any outstanding indebtedness. In other words, you can't let the authority get in the debt and then just dissolve it without taking the debt. So if you dissolve it, you'd have to work out a way to assume those indebtedness or obligations of the authority. You can't just run up debt for the authority and then bankrupt it. And that would be, a proper division between the cities. But the cities, if they decide they didn't like it, can dissolve it.
Where's their offices gonna be out here?
They'd have to locate